folks, and welcome to another episode of the Snowys Camping Show. Today, we are coming to you from the Australian Camp Oven Festival 2022 in Millmerran, Queensland, and we're doing a little bit of bush mechanics here with our podcast setup. As you can see, we've got our microphones here and all of our studio gear, and we're just trying to make do under the shade of an awning here in what's pretty sweltering heat, I would say.
At the showgrounds.
Considering we've come from Adelaide, which is
it's sweltering compared to Adelaide.
At the moment.
It's a beautiful day, but it was too hot to sit in the sun and do this. So we've stuck in under actually your awning here.
Correct.
So you've got your fuzzy seat that you're sitting in there with your sheepskin
seat.
And we're here because
at the Australian Camp Oven Festival, they run a pretty prestigious camp cooking competition. And we have with us here Cameron.
From Snowys.
There you go.
Cameron works in
our Adelaide store.
Adelaide
so some
store.
of you guys, if you've been into our Adelaide store before, you would have potentially run into Cam. And he is participating in the championship version, I think, of the cooking show. Is that right?
Yep, sure is, yep.
Right, sweet. So what's your deal?
Is that a bit about
what's your deal, Cam?
Why have you ended up? I mean, we sort of know, but for our audience, why have you ended up here?
You'd have to ask the managing director that, wouldn't you?
As a sole competitor amongst a bunch of other teams.
I mean, absolute moron.
Lauren and I have offered to help, but you very quickly
have both eaten products I've made, yes.
Yeah, we rocked up for the eating, but you haven't asked us for any help. Yeah, I mean,
no.
We are here if you need us.
Yeah. I'm trying to con you in to get wood. That's all I need, really, is firewood.
Just for a bit of background, all the other competing teams are team members of a total of 4, and Cam's doing this completely by himself.
And Cam's coming across very relaxed and confident. We're not sure if he's panicking under his skin, but what he's produced...
Oh, no, I'm panicking. I can tell you now.
But what he's produced has been really good because we tasted one slightly burnt mince tart before, and I'd line up for them over and over, even though it was a little bit burnt on the corner. It was pretty good. So we're not sure what to expect, but what you've produced looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
But a bit of a background. Like,
what did you do? What did you do before Snowys?
Well, I suppose I'm a qualified chef, have been for about 32 years.
Mm-hmm.
Up until recently, probably about 3 years ago, I sort of gave up cooking, tried a few other bits and pieces, and then came across Snowys. I always go camping. I have forever, really. There was a job advertised in store when I went in to pick some stuff up. Yeah. Rang the manager. He gave me a job, and I suppose I've been here for just over 2 years now.
Yeah.
When Richard, the owner, he found out that I was a chef, and we're sponsoring this he asked me would I like to go and do it. And I said, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. And that's about all I thought about it. And that was last year,
Yeah.
And I never thought anything more of it. And then it came up again. And I was thinking, I'm going to do this by myself. I've dabbled in like wood-fired cooking before with camp ovens and not seriously.
Yeah.
And, I was being chucked in really. So far it's been okay, I think.
Yeah.
But it's been good. Oh, it's been good,
Did you have a mad scramble to sort of try and teach yourself? Because
I did actually. I've got a fire pit in the backyard.
Okay.
So I went out and some of the things that I really wasn't sure of, like more into your cakes and stuff and biscuits and camp oven, I thought, I better give this a go. Set the back fire on, the backyard on fire, literally.
So for the past 6 months, you've had a campfire in the backyard practicing in preparation.
Yeah, I have.
Well, you look cool, calm, and under control.
I might look it, but I'll tell you, I'm inside, mate. It's like scrambled eggs going on.
So a bit about planning to get ready for the competition, because I think I've been to a few events that have a camp cooking competition, and it does seem like a bit of a daunting process, but every time you go, loads of people are interested. Everyone wants to know what you're doing and what you're cooking. And so I'm assuming that there's some people out there who potentially want to give it a crack, but they're not really sure how to go about it. So talk us through your apart from your practice runs and things like that, some more of your planning process.
Yeah, well, obviously the practice runs, but apart from that, it's just planning at the menu to make sure what you've got is what you need.
Yeah.
I don't know about other festivals, but in this one, the menu's all set, so everyone's judged on the same food.
Yeah.
You have to have everything here with you. I can't go down the street and get it. No one else can go for me. If I haven't got it, that's my bad luck.
Okay.
So it's a lot of planning to make sure you have got exactly what you want. And with me, I have got a bit extra just in the off chance, like I did, burn those first batch of biscuits.
Yeah.
So I thought, bloody hell, make them again and they'll fine. So just to make sure you do have all the ingredients you need and write everything down and go over it. I went over it 5 or 6 times to make damn sure everything I had is what I needed.
Yeah.
And with the camp ovens, I've probably doubled up on them.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. You know, you don't know what's going to happen on
sort
that day.
I
have overcompensated.
Overcompensated,
I have.
over-prepared.
Just for that reason, because you just don't know what's going to happen, you know?
Yeah. So plan for any eventuality, basically.
Yeah. You know, obviously the teams that have been here before, I think they've all got it down pat.
Yeah.
Where me, I'm just like, you know,
it's the first time
sort of
you're giving it a go.
It seems to be working,
So I think the boss sort of fell over backwards a little bit when you told him how many camp ovens you needed.
Yeah.
How many did you ask for?
I think I've got about a dozen.
So a dozen camp ovens.
Yeah. And so far, I've only used 4 or 5 so far.
Okay.
And that might be okay, but, you know.
Yeah. It's there if you need it.
I didn't want to, you know, get 4 and then find out crap I need 6, you know, so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's only a little fire you've got, so you're obviously managing coals pretty well.
I've seen some of the teams. I was a bit worried, to be honest. Some of the teams nearly got a bonfire going. I was thinking, bloody hell, you know.
You got no wind breaks or anything? Just a little fire.
No, everyone's saying to me, where's your windbreak? And I said, well, I got Lauren and Ben, they can stand there, but, you know. I found it honestly okay, you know. I suppose because when I did it at home, it was in a fire pit, so it was only a small fire, and that's what I did. So far it's worked for me.
So you and I have been reduced to wood collectors and a windbreak so far.
Basically.
And we've done absolutely nothing for food preparation.
Sort of a bit of taste testing as well, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but we're not really asked to do that.
No,
we just sort of try and turn up at the
just
right
say this is what we're doing.
So we better check that for you, Ken. Yeah.
So what is provided for you?
The only thing that is provided is obviously the area you're going to cook in.
Yeah.
And the firewood. That's it.
Okay.
So you need to bring everything, you know.
Literally everything.
It depends what event you're in. I'm in the championship one, so I sleep on site.
Yep.
The other guys are beginners and that they don't stay on site. But you've got to make sure you've got everything there. You know, your fridge, your food, your swag or tent or whatever you got. So you need to bring everything with you.
And like every spoon and fork and spatula.
Absolutely
and
everything.
Literally everything.
Literally. And that's why it did take me weeks. I'd sort of sit down and jot out what I need and I would think about it. And then I'd even be at home and I think, so I put in notes on my phone. I need this, I need this, I need this. And then go back and write it down and just keep going over and over and over it just to make sure because it's totally different at home. You know, if you need some milk, you think, it's Nick down the street.
You can't do that.
You can't. So you got to make damn sure you've got it.
Yeah, okay.
And even harder from us coming from Adelaide.
Yeah, of course.
Getting it here. So a lot of it I did click and collect, and then about half of it I went and ran and bought it just to make sure I had the products.
Yeah.
And does it all have to just be camp ovens? Can you use any other implements?
No.
Just camp ovens?
All camp ovens, yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you, hypothetically, if it's a competition where your menu isn't designated or set out for you, what sort of recipes would you be looking at for your first time camp oven?
I always think, it's silly, but I think a damper, I actually wasn't real happy with my damper.
Okay.
But a damper seems to be a real staple. And even at the beginning, I always want a damper because damper it sounds easy, but it's actually not to try and get that heat right.
Yeah.
And you're not using a trivet or anything. It has to be on the base of the camp oven. So it's really hard to get that difference where it's not going to burn, but it's going to be cooked. You can't use thermometers or anything like that. So you got to really judge the heat, and it's very hard.
Yeah, wow.
Very, very hard. But otherwise, you know.
I suppose you'd also have to factor in variables like your ambient temperature and wind and all of that sort of jazz.
Yeah, and they'll more worry about the wind, but the wind actually speeds it up as it starts blowing and really firing up. I always tend to have my camp oven a fair way away from the actual fire, and if I need to, I can move it in.
Yeah.
If you have it too close, what I've found is you'll get one side will start burning, like with the tart.
Yeah.
I had one tart that was a bit burnt on the outside because it was too close.
Yeah, right.
The rest are okay, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So the burnt one came out of the same batch as the rest of
it? Yeah,
it's
exactly
just on
the same.
one side. Yeah. Okay.
So I had 6 in there. One was a bit burnt, the other 5 were fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And that was just that side that was beside the fire.
So also what I want to know is in terms of the ingredients that you're picking, you're going up against other people. How much difference is, if you go to a farmer's market and you get your veggies or you go to Coles or, you buy your home brand. What are your thoughts on that, right?
Yeah, I'm funny with that. Some things, supermarket, like almonds, things like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When you're looking at meat, especially when they're going to taste it, I honestly do go to a butcher. Woolies, Coles, they're okay.
Yeah.
But a butcher you'll find, like where I went to in Brisbane, unbelievably beautiful meat, really, really good. And that's what you want. You want to see it and actually see what it looks like because you're going to visualise what you're going to make.
Yeah.
You don't want to order it online and then get it and go, oh, hang on, that's not what I wanted, you know.
Yeah.
So you have to go and pick it. But yeah, like I said, all those small things, spices and stuff, supermarket's fine, I think.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Even veg, it depends what you're after. I think the majority of veg is okay to supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, veg shop probably is better.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was just easier just to do a click and collect.
Yeah.
In that regard, yeah.
I always thought fruit and veg shop stuff lasted longer than a supermarket.
Oh, well,
if you're using it straight away,
probably 99%
right,
preservative, so yeah.
And so like when you're starting your fire as well, everyone starts at the same time, right?
Yep.
Like there's no disadvantage or disadvantage or whatever.
Strict rules, and then you couldn't have a fire before 6 a.m.
6 a.m. So it's up at
5:30.
Yeah. And so you're building your fire, but you've just got your single fire. You don't have like multiple different fires or whatever?
No.
Okay.
I think the other teams, because there's 4 of them, I reckon because there's 4 dishes each round, so I think one person is probably concentrating on that dish, so they got their own fire.
They might have,
I'm doing the whole lot, so I've just got the one fire.
Okay.
So is the recipe like, so you did gingerbread men, right?
Yep.
Is that
gingerbread dudes?
Gingerbread dudes, sorry, you did say that.
Men,
sorry.
Yeah.
And there could be ladies, I suppose, gingerbread dudes and dudettes. Anyway, getting off topic. Is it the same recipe? So does the next competitor follow exactly the same recipe, or do you just have to cook gingerbread?
No. With that, the only thing in this competition that you have to do, which funnily enough is the custard for the plum pudding. Anything else, it's your interpretation of it. It just says gingerbread.
Okay.
It doesn't actually say cookies, gingerbread, shortbread, mince pies, things like that, damper.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't stipulate what it is.
So the ingredients that go in is your interpretation.
Whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, there might be other comps out there. I wouldn't think so, but there might be others out there that tell you have to use this and that. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was up to me what I put in.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously you've got other teams that are doing it with 4 people, and we probably might also just chuck in here that Cam's not doing this solo because he's up himself. Do you know what I mean? Like you're doing it solo because it's just a bit of a fun, a bit of a challenge, you know, to see how it goes. And also because we're useless.
If I was going to be massively serious about it, there'd be 4 of us.
Yeah.
You know, not 3 tryhards and me.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait a minute.
Nice one. Thanks for that one. But
it's also by himself because we went, Cam, you want to do this? And then later we went, oh, there's teams of 4.
Yeah.
And you were already committed by that stage. We said, we'll help.
Well, by that time it was too late because I'm just thinking, I'm just doing I didn't know anything about it. I'm thinking, probably bake a cake, she'll be right.
And it turns out our office for help offered no condolence any confidence at all.
So back to 4 teams versus you.
Yep.
So you've got, like you're saying, probably other teams are running, 4 dishes per submission.
Yeah, I'd say so.
1 person per dish.
Yep.
How are you sort of managing your time? Like how crucial is that time management?
Yeah, timing's a big thing. I mean, I haven't been over there for a couple of hours now because I'm all set.
We're aware of that because you said you want to be back by
I think so,
5 minutes you've got.
But basically, like with everything, all the dough is everything I did first. So I had all that ready to go, made the filling, and then I went back and then sort of, rolled it out, did whatever. Yeah. So I was doing it in steps. So everything was done in portions instead of doing the gingerbread, then go do the tarts, then go and do this.
Yeah.
It was all, the base was all done at the same time.
So doing all your sort of prep at the same time.
That's what I find. If you do the prep first, the actual execution of it's nothing.
Yeah.
And the cooking time, especially with your biscuits and stuff, it's really short.
Yeah.
Does that just come from a chef background, working in a busy kitchen?
I think so, because that's the way you learn. You don't do a dish at a time. You don't, in a restaurant, you got a table of 18 or something. You're not doing one person's food each time. It all has to be come out together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I work.
Is that then different to how you cook if you're just cooking for your family when you went camping? You're not as much
exactly
planning?
No, everything's ready at the same time.
All the same? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
So probably if you're not someone who has that experience of chefing where your time management has been nailed down for ages, that might be a bit of a sticking point, you reckon?
That'd be a sticking point, but at the same time, I'd just give it a go.
Yeah.
It's pretty relaxed.
What's the worst that can happen? I mean,
you could come last.
You could come last, so what?
Yeah.
If you go there and just enjoy yourself, have a bit of fun, that's what it is about.
Yeah.
And that's the way I'm kind of looking at it. I'm taking it seriously, but at the same time,
And lots of people want to sort of give you tips and help you out and all that sort of jazz as well, right?
Yeah. There is even here. There's a lot of interaction with everyone.
Yeah.
I've found the guys here, the volunteers have been great. They're always up there. How you going? You okay? You're hydrated? They're really sort of looking after you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's a great presentation. It's just behind where we're sitting here now is King Brown Camp Oven Kitchen, and he does presentations. And we're talking to him before, saying he's aimed at beginners. Yeah, in managing heat is a big thing for him.
It is. Yeah,
have a go, but you can probably also learn a whole lot just by being here if it's a passion for you.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing I get asked. People are coming up to me saying, "Oh, so how'd you do the biscuits? Don't they burn?" And you think, "Well, first ones did." But it is a heat management thing.
You don't tell them that, right?
Yeah. No, I did. I did. No, I said straight out. I'm honest. So I go, I said, no, these are the second ones. The first one's not real good. And that's all it is. It's heat management because you've got no thermometers, you've got no probe. You can't just turn your oven to 180 and you think she's right.
Yeah.
I guess totally if you get your time management down pat and you make more dough than's required and you plan for those potential stuff ups, then it's not a stress.
Yeah, and that's what I did just in case. But that was the only one I did stuff up. But
how much is sort of the presentation of your cooked food a factor?
I think it's pretty high up there.
Okay.
It's like anything. If doesn't matter if you go to restaurant, hotel, eat here. If it looks terrible, the first thing you think is it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
And it mightn't be.
Yeah.
If it looks brilliant, flavour honestly may not be as good, but you're still going to visualise. You're still going to think it's good,
Yeah.
Well, look good. We'll see if we can.
Mine look good. It probably tastes like crap, but that's the thing.
Don't forget, you got to save me a gingerbread, man.
Well, it depends on the eating.
They're probably all gone by now. It's been judged.
Anyway, that's right.
It's in the judging table. I don't know what happens to it. I don't know.
I think it sits in there with the judge and they put first, second, third on it.
But I suppose with your presentation as well, like if the judges are tasting a couple of meals and they're all tasting pretty good, the differentiation or that difference point is going to be how good it looks.
Oh, it will. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask about presentation because you pretty much just like walked up to the fence, handed it over, and then come and just sat down here and went, "Oh, I'm done for a few hours." You were not really interested, but a videographer, Kieran, and I was standing over there watching, and I'm watching yours come out and looking at the banter that's going on and the reactions on their faces as they trying to work out where yours is sitting. But you didn't really care, right? You're just like, well, what?
It sounds stupid. I want to do well, but at the same time, I've done the best I could do today.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Yeah.
If they're not happy, I'll be disappointed, but not the end of the world, is it?
No.
Well, it's probably judged over there. You probably got, hopefully a first place.
Over there, it'd be nice to get something. It'd be nice, but see what happens.
Well, they break it all down. Like they pass it around. I was watching them. They look at the plate and then they just take one off and cut it up, and they all just try a little bit
each.
They do pass
it
around.
Do they all
and they
discuss
knock the
between
damper.
themselves?
There's a bit of banter going on, but like the damper goes around 3 times. It's passed around. They look at it and hold it and tap it, and then
so it's serious business.
It's quite serious. It's all serious.
I didn't watch when I went back. To check on the wood.
Yeah.
I was still there trying stuff, and I thought, geez, it's been ages.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I know that I've judged before at a competition, but it's like each of the 3 courses was a different set of judges, and that was pretty cool. But judging's really hard, especially if you're not cooking the same thing. So coming here and seeing what you have to do and how everyone has to do it the same, it's definitely going to be way easier process.
Well,
I think.
This is a type of comps. I've done comps before, not this, but chefy comps, and that's how it's always done. It's the fairest way to do it.
Yeah.
Like I said, if someone turns up and cooks a sausage and the other person cooks a lobster, we're going to go lobster's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where in this situation, it's all the same.
Yeah.
So they're judging against each other and go, well, hang on, this is the best. Oh, hang on, no, that one was better.
Yeah.
And it's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably wind up and let Cam, because I think you need to get back and start cooking. I just want to go back to the judging tent and see if you've got a first place over there now. And we'll see if we can get any, although they're in like glass cabinets, so we probably won't be able to try them.
I don't know. We'll try our best.
We'll have to take a rain check.
But so coming up this afternoon, you've got your mains round, right?
Yep.
What's that going to be? Ham and veggies and
so I got baked ham,
bread.
Quite a few veggies, loaf of bread. I've got to do meatballs in a tomato sauce.
Yeah.
And a plum pudding with custard.
Yum.
Yep.
All right. Good luck,
nice.
Cam.
Yep, cool. I hope there's some left for us.
There'll
be
a heap of that.
Thanks for your time. Better let it go.
Oh, my God. Hang on. Wait a minute. Breaking news.
Oh.
No, hang on.
Breaking news.
Just in.
So here we go. Second prize for your damper competition.
Seriously?
Yeah.
There you go.
That was dodgy.
And oh, look, there's your prize, $25, mate. Well done.
I'm going in the bank now.
Whoa, first prize for your gingerbread cookies.
Wow, how good is that for timing?
$50 for 6 gingerbread cookies, mate. Good effort.
Bloody expensive gingerbread.
Yeah, they are. What do we got here? First prize for your shortbread.
Okay.
How's that,
makes me feel better.
how's that for timing?
Oh, brilliant. There you go. And
Did you cook 4
first
things?
prize for your fruit mince
Well,
pies.
there you go.
Mate, so from the 4 things.
Well, that's it. I'm going home.
Claps
Off
around.
to the pub.
3 firsts and a second.
Oh, that's bloody awesome.
That's good. Well done.
I
Congratulations.
was not expecting that.
How's that for timing? Right as we're
That is
recording.
brilliant
Good one.
timing. Don't
That's
cry.
awesome.
Lucky you got your glasses on.
What a great way to
That's really good.
What a great way to wind that episode up.
Yeah,
Well, now that you're on a
brilliant.
high, feeling confident, we're going to let you go right back there and
I'll
get straight
probably
back
throw the
into
crap out of everything else there.
That's all right. You peaked.
Yeah.
Don't peak. Don't ever
Don't
peak.
peak.
Peak later.
Well, I
let's wind it
hope
up.
you
Hope that was a
loved
bit of fun.
this. Bit of fun episode here at ACOF, chatting to Cam about camp oven cooking competitions.
Yep.
Don't forget to subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast or on YouTube, and jump onto our Facebook group, The Snowys Camping Show, and get in on the conversation.
Any questions for Cam?
If you've got any questions for Cam as well, let us know for sure.
Get into it. But
All
thanks for
right.
watching.
We'll see you next episode.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.